Hello, hi, how are you guys doing today? If you saw the thumbnail, then you kind of know what's going on. But in case you didn't, this is what I am going to be doing with you guys today. We got a new TBR card. I just went and picked it up from Michael's. I had a coupon and I was like, you know what? I really need a new place to put my books that I want to read because it's growing and it's probably not all going to fit on this. There is some books that I know that I want to DNF. I'm going to be taking those books off of the TBR, going through them a couple times probably. We'll probably end up getting rid of none of them if we're just being honest. But there is a local bookstore here and they accept old books for credit to buy new books, and I think it's a good way to just get rid of books that I know that I'm not going to pick up. And I am also going to be rearranging the bookshelves. Once we get to that part of the video, I'll go through and show you kind of what everything looks like now, and then we're just going to rearrange them. My main reason for doing this is that, well, first of all, I'm getting a TBR card. Therefore, one of my shelves is going to be freed up, and I'm going to put all of my romance books on that shelf, and then I'm going to move all of my fantasy to the ones above it. Everything else is going to go in the chest. I did not post a video last week. Sorry. Actually, that would be today. Normally I'd be posting a video today, but I filmed the video and you couldn't hear me the whole time. So scratch that, and we're just going to do this instead. We're going to put the TBR card together and probably talk about all the books on my TBR because it's ridiculous. And then we are going to rearrange these bookshelves. And in the meantime, I'm probably going to put on a Disney movie because that's my vibe. I think I want to watch Tangled. Not that anyone cares, but our remote's not working, so I'm having to operate my TV from my phone, and that is kind of crappy, but we make do. I'm going to put this movie on, and I will catch you guys back in just a second when we're building this cart. so we've got the TBR cart built. Yay, it's black, I love it. And now I'm gonna show you what the bookshelf looks like, and I'm gonna bring all the books over here and we're gonna talk about them as I fill up the cart, okay? So I'm gonna go show you that. Come with me. You will be in a world of your imagination. Okay, so this is kind of what we're working with, okay? We have all of these and it's overflowing. It's definitely not all gonna fit on the cart, but we're gonna try. So, oh, look at my tree. Yay. Oh, you can't even see it good. Let me try this. The Harry Potter scarf. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm going to be putting all of these and taking them over there, and we're gonna fill up that cart, okay? That was a lot of books. This is the cart. Yay, we love her, she's cute. I'm gonna go through these and show you guys what I have on my TBR. That way you guys can kind of see like what's to come as far as like the TBR. So this is the cat and mouse duet plus this little standalone, I think, or novella. But this is Haunting and Hunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. I've had this series for approximately 2 years and just haven't picked it up. I do want to read this, so I'm not going to be getting rid of it. I just haven't been in the mood. I'm hoping that we get to it sometime this fall. Probably going to say that about 85% of my TBR. It's not going to happen, but one can dream. I'm going to try and get to these as soon as possible. If you guys see any books that you have read throughout this TBR and that you adore, please let me know. And let me know why you liked it so much. I need you guys to get me to read these books. I would love to hear your thoughts. If I got parts of a series, I'll just put the first book and I'll put the rest somewhere else. Nocticadia by Carrie Lake. And this is a new one. I just bought this like 2 weeks ago. It was like one of the books that I hauled for my birthday. Excited about that one. Priest by Sierra Simone. I read 20 pages into this and decided to DNF. This one, I'm hard DNF and I'm not going to read it. It was just not my style. There was no plot to me. To me, it was just straight like smut. Wicked Beauty by Kate Robert, or KT Robert, I don't know. And then Court of the Vampire Queen. I have read the other 2 books in this. I really enjoy it. I'm actually going to put all of this on the bottom. Let's see. Move those. Heard lots of good things about this one, especially. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll get to it soon. Definitely not getting rid of these, though. Pain by Rena Kent. This is I actually just got this in the mail 2 days ago. This is the second one in the Legacy of God series. I just read God of Malice, really enjoyed it, immediately wanted the next one. So, yeah, we're going to be reading that soon. Queen of Secrets. So this is going to be a hard DNF and unhaul for me. I read the first book, absolutely despised it. Way too YA. There wasn't nothing to pull you into the writing. So I'm going to be getting rid of this one, and whenever we move the books around, I'm going to pull that one, and that one will be getting unhauled as well. Broken Bonds. So this is the Bonds That Tie series. I don't really know what it's about. This is part of the August haul. The Book of Azrael. This is Gods and Monsters book 1. This is part of the August haul as well. Heard so much about this. Seen it all over everything. I think it's a fantasy. A fantasy. I was really into to the dark gothic vibes, and I wanted books like that, so I went on Amazon and ordered like a kajillion books, and this was one of the ones that got picked during that time, along with like Nocticadia and Broken Bonds. I was just like, give me all the dark fantasies and romances. I don't know, hopefully I stay in that mood, that way I can read them. These are all the dark ones, I guess. Now I'm going to go into fantasy, which I tend to carry a lot of because it's my favorite genre. Ruin and Rising. This is the third book in the Shadow and Bone series, and I want to get to this sooner rather than later because I'm so ready to read these. Just the Six of Crows duology, but I wanted to read Shadow and Bone first. I'm so glad that I did. I really enjoyed the first two, so I think I'm going to enjoy how it ends. I hope anyways, we'll see. And then after that, I will probably go straight into this duology because I've been ready to read this for 2 years now. I've had it for that long. That ain't that crazy. I'll add the rest as it goes because I know they're not all going to fit if I do everything. Kingdom of the Feared. This is the third book in the Kingdom of the Wicked series. Kingdom of the Cursed is on my September TBR, so might get to this sooner rather than later. That way I can complete the trilogy. That one. Okay, so When the Moon Hatched. I've had this for a minute. The reason it hasn't been read yet is simply because of how thick it is. And the first 20 pages of this book is a glossary. So it intimidates me, but I do have it. And I will get to it eventually. It just really intimidates me because it's huge. It's just so big. That's what she said. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I've had this for a while. I did read like the first 2 pages and then got scared and put it down. I don't know why. It's a small book, but it does intimidate me. But I've seen a lot of people rave about the Red Rising series. So I know it has to be good or people wouldn't talk about it like they do. I just need to push through. I don't know. Usually, like if it comes up like on a prompt or something, I steer away from it. Shield of Sparrows by Devaney Perry. And this is also big right now, and I really want to read this. It says, fear the monsters we make. Being the sparrow isn't an honor, it's a trap. I bet this is so good. It looks good. Basing books off their covers. I do that. If you're not terrified, you're doing it wrong. This is a chunky book, kind of. Okay, like 500 pages. Devaney Perry. What else does she write? Does it say at the beginning? What else does she write? Oh, wow. A lot of stuff. What is it that oh, the Juniper Hill series. That's what it is. The one that I've seen a lot of. I'm excited for that. City of Bones. I've had this again for 2 years. I just refuse to read it because there's like 100 books. But I will at some point. Also a new book from last month, and it's City of Gods and Monsters. Oh, I'm so excited for this. I read Crescent City, and I am one of those ones that absolutely devoured those books. Read them all in the span of like 3 weeks, and I put them off for a long time because of the size of them. Everybody says if you like Crescent City, you will like this series. So I could not be more excited. This is a chunky book, though. It is a very chunky book. It's like 700 pages. I know I'm going to read it soon, so. New pickup as well. This is A Forbidden Alchemy. A lot of people have been talking about this book recently, and the covers are so pretty. And I'll show you the sprayed edges. Can you see that? A very pretty book. And then like the inside too is very pretty. I think this is going to have something to do with, it seems to me like it's in space or something. And I'm excited for it because people are devouring it right now. And so I want to be one of those people. But Dawn of Onyx. This is also a new pickup for me. Most of my books are, because I've been doing really good at reading just off of my TBR and not buying anything. But I went crazy last month, again, because it was my birthday. I had the rights to. And bought a bunch of stuff. Then we have Guild. I've been wanting to read this a lot. I know some people say as the series continues it gets a little bit more boring, but I feel like I would really like it. So The Vampire Diaries. This is The Awakening and the Struggle. I picked this up because I am the biggest fan of The Vampire Diaries. You might be thinking, she probably just watched the series once. No, it's my comfort show. Okay, so the Vampire Diaries and the show Friends, I've literally watched them over and over and over again. I can't get enough of it. And the originals I've never watched. Ain't that crazy? And I love Klaus. I'm a Klaus girly through and through, along with Elijah. I really like Elijah as well. But I've heard the books are so much different than the show. And I read one chapter, and was so confused. Amber in the Ashes. This is a new book I got as well, but this was gifted to me for my birthday. Spencer got it for me, which is my boyfriend, and I've heard people really like this. I don't really know what it's about, but the covers are really pretty. They're all like really bright colors. So, An Ember in the Ashes. Poppy War, another series I've been dying to get to. This and Red Rising are in the same category for me. They just intimidate me. Legends and Lattes, which I want to get to in November, hopefully, for the fallish vibes. We'll see. The Prison Healer as well. This has been on there for a while. It's been on a lot of my TBRs, but for some reason I just don't go towards it. Harry Potter. And last year I actually read books 1, 2, and 3. And hopefully this year we finish this series out. I have never watched the movies and I've never read the books. So this is my first time going through them. I was reading a book and then watching the movie. And I stopped last year. Hopefully we're going to finish this year. But I'm obsessed with Harry, Hermione, and Ron. I love the story. Snape has my heart. No spoilers in the comments. This is the hardest thing to look up or anything, because there's so many spoilers everywhere, just in general. Like even talking to somebody in your day-to-day life, they'll accidentally say something about Harry Potter. It's just so widely known, and I hate that I've never read it, but I'm also very happy that I haven't, because I'm getting to experience it now. So be jelly. We got books 5, 6, and 7, and so hopefully we get to those soon. I need to read all these books. Oh. Also a gift to me is The Witcher. My boyfriend also got me this, and I've never watched the series or heard anything about the books, and I just never go towards it, but I'm keeping it because it was a gift. It's sentimental. I can't get rid of it. The Dance of Thieves duology. I have been avoiding this for a long time as well because of how thick they were, but I don't think the thickness of these scare me anymore. I'm used to reading books about this big. I think it's just the intimidation of how much people love this duo, and I'm always afraid to go into something that's super popular just because I'm afraid I'm not going to feel the same way. A lot of times I'm wrong and I end up loving the books, but a disclaimer, and that's why I haven't picked these up yet. So I'll put that over here. We'll do Dance of Thieves. The Song of Achilles. I got like 70 pages into this and DNF'd, and I'm not going to be picking that back up. The Twisted series, Twisted Love, Twisted Hate, and Twisted Lies. I don't have the second book, which is Twisted Games, which is the only reason I haven't finished these books or read them. And I got these as a gift a couple Christmases ago from my boyfriend as well, and just haven't went back to it. So I will get to them eventually. Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. This book is huge, and I know I feel like people love this book. I think the newer one that just released like a year ago, everybody did not like. I might be wrong on that. I'll get to this eventually. But The Roughest Draft, haven't picked this up because it seems kind of cheesy as well. I got this book and this book when I got like back into reading for the first time again, and I just haven't had the desire to go towards them. So I'm going to keep these around for a little bit longer. May or may not unhaul them. If I don't get to them this summer, I probably will. I'm actually going to put these on the back because I know I'm not going to read them soon. Maybe Someday and Maybe Now by Colleen Hoover. If you have watched my other videos, then you know I keep Colleen Hoover books as refresher books because I like to read those in between big series, and I get through them really fast, and I really enjoy Colleen's writing. Maybe now, maybe someday, and I think there's one more that goes with this. I don't know which one it is or which books these are. And then I have Finding Perfect, the tiniest book on my shelf. It's literally like 80 pages, and I've had it forever, and I've been meaning to read it. So I think maybe someday's the first one, so we'll put that one up here. And then Finding Perfect, which book does this go with? Hopeless. I need to read that one. I think it goes with Hopeless and All Your Perfects, I think. And on Harmony Island, this has been on like 4 TBRs. I just never go towards it. The only reason I bought this book is because the main character's name is my name, and I was at a little bookstore in Tennessee, and this was on the shelf as one of their favorite books, so I picked it up, seen that it had my name in it, and immediately bought it. So yeah, hopefully I'll get to that. It won't be now though, it'll be next summer, so I'm gonna put this back here. My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. I heard bad reviews of this, so I haven't went towards it, but also this seems like a summertime or Valentine's Day book. I'm not gonna read it now. Also, Colleen Hoover, Too Late. Been wanting to pick this up. We'll probably get to it soon. You either love her or you hate her, I think. There's really no in between. Okay, Gifting Fire. This was a gift from my boyfriend. DNFing it. Or not even DNFing it. I'm just getting rid of it. I'm not gonna pick it up. Kristen Hanna, The Great Alone. I read The Nightingale by her, and I really loved the book. So I picked up this one to see if I feel the same way. I'm excited about that book. Then we got The Perfect Couple by Ellen Hildebrand. This is going on the back. This is like a mystery romance, I think, but this is summery vibes to me, and I'm not going to read it till next year. If We Were Villains by ML Rio. I've had this for a very long time, and I've read, literally I have one tab in here, which is on page 8, and I've not picked it up since. I don't even remember why I put it down. I don't remember what the whole thing's about. I think it's This Is Dark Academia and Mystery. I think somebody gets killed and they're trying to figure it out or something like that. But I want to try and read it again, and if I don't like it, then I'll DNF it. Pet Sematary by Stephen King. I have been wanting to read this. I think that I will get to it sooner rather than later. So this is going to go up here. So me and Stephen King have a rough history. I've read 2 of his books, and I disliked both of them. I read Misery and Salem's Lot, and both of them bored me to death. People love these 2 books by him, and these are the other 2 books I have. It's Billy Summers and 11/22/63. I want to get to these as soon as I can. People say that this is their favorite books by Stephen King, so, and along with Pet Sematary, it's kind of a classic for him, and I loved the movie as a child, so I think that I'll really enjoy it once I make myself read it. I'm hoping anyways. Little Women. The writing in this book is teeny. It's teeny tiny, and it's like Bible page thin. And I tried to read a little bit of it, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't make myself do it. But I'm going to put my classics back here. For Whom the Bell Tolls by Ernest Hemingway, a book that I've had for a very long time and won't read it because classics scare me. And then we have another classic, The Book Thief, by Marcus Zuzak, I think is how you say it. I want to read this for sure. A lot of people say this is a good emotional book that will make you cry, and those are my favorite types of books. So I will get to this. I Fell in Love with Hope. I'm going to give this book one more try, and if I don't like it, it's going to be unhauled, because I got to page 80 and quit reading it because it seemed boring as crap. But I'm going to try it again. I think maybe I just wasn't in the right headspace. Same things with Masters of Death. This really bored me as well, but I don't want to get rid of it yet, just because I think that if I really sat down and reread it, I would enjoy it. I got to page I got to page 139 DNF this book, which is like halfway through it, which is crazy. I usually push through and read stuff, but I DNF this. Mind Games by Nora Roberts. This is a thriller, I think, or a mystery, and I just haven't got to it yet. It was a gift that I got for Christmas. Ender's Game by Orson Scott. Not in my sci-fi era right now, but I think I'll enjoy this. Everybody likes this book. The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich. This is really intriguing to me. In this book, like, people are getting boxes that has the day that they're going to die on it, I think. It seems really intriguing. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. This is the TBR cart, the new and improved, and feels like it's going to fall apart. Unfortunately. So yeah, so these are all our books that we'll be picking from in the future. 100% fantasy pretty much, with the exception of a few things. So this is the front, and this is the back. The sucker's full. No more buying books. Holy crap. Okay, so now that that's done, I am going to be moving around my actual bookshelves. Okay, hi. So it is several hours later. I have ate burgers and mac and cheese, and it is time to continue fixing the bookshelves. And it's a mess in here. So, earlier I took out all of the TBR books. Why do I feel like you can't see me? All of my romance I am going to be putting on what was my TBR shelf. So we're going to be fitting all of those books in here. Let me show you. We got literally all of those, and then that stack down there. Quite a lot. So we're going to see if we can get them all in there. So we got that shelf done, and now I need to work on that one up there. These two, actually. And then we'll do that bad boy. Perfect. Right. Now over here. This is the one place where I may unhaul some more books. I'm not too sure yet. But these are not my favorite books, which is weird because they're in like the prettiest thing I own. But I'm going to try and possibly get rid of some of these as well. But we got the biggest two things done. Now this shouldn't take as long. There's only a couple shelves here. I guess let's just get to it. Okay. Up here at the top, we have my paperback versions of the Harry Potter series. I am not going to move them up there with the rest of the fantasy books, just because I have the one pretty version up there anyways. So I think those are just going to stay in here. I don't know where. Plenty of room for new books. Okay, so that is officially done. And I'm sweaty. Yuck. So we have officially rearranged all of the books. I love the way everything's looking in here. Now I'm just going to add a couple things for Halloween. We did somehow get all of our TBR on the cart. It's already struggling. I see its legs bending already. So we need to get books off of there as quick as possible over the next little bit to kind of free up some space and to not have to go through another TBR cart fairly quickly. And I did unhaul a couple of books, and I'm going to go through those with you now. That way you kind of know why I'm getting rid of them. We're going to be getting rid of Gifting Fire. Honestly, I don't know what this is about. I haven't read this. It's been on my TBR for a while and I would never reach for it. This would be the last book I had on my cart, and I probably still would go out and buy a book before I would read this. So we got to give it up. And then I have The Coven by Harper L. Woods. I hated this book. I liked the first chapter and that was it. Everything else didn't make sense to me. I was confused. The plot was kind of a jumbled mix for me. So we're saying bye to that, even though it's got the pretty roses. Goodbye. This is gonna hurt some of you. Okay. Song of Achilles. I think it's the writing style, but I've picked it up like 3 or 4 times. I can never get through it. It's just not my vibe, so I think I should give it to the bookstore and let it become a part of somebody's life that can admire the book instead of just sitting on the TBR cart and collecting dust. So we're saying goodbye. I'm sorry if it offends you, but we're saying goodbye. Okay. Another recent rant that you guys have heard in the previous videos, but Priest, we're done with it. Get it out of my house. We don't want to hear. It's just, there was no plot for me. It was all about the smut, and to each their own. That's not my vibe. I do like spice and smut, but I like it when there's plot. If it has no plot, I'm uninterested. DNF'd, will not pick it up again. So it's saying goodbye. And then we got this duology. I have not read this one, have read this one. Hated it once again. YA. It was just very boring to me. I don't even remember what happens, and I will never pick up the second one, and it's just been sitting on my TBR cart forever. I think this is like, I remember when I got this, I went to Books A Million, and they had a sale going on, and both of these books were like $2 each. So I was like, okay, well, let me pick them up. They look cool. Like, this cover is stunning. It's really pretty. But upon reading it, that's $5 I would have rather had in my pocket. You know what I mean? So we're getting rid of those as well. So if you are, in fact, still here, that shocks me. So if you like the chaos of this video, please subscribe, like the video. I'd love to have you back here. We do videos like this. There's not a method to the madness. I kind of just do what I want and go with the flow and see what happens. And you see how well that went. It was a little bit chaotic there for a little while, but we got things situated. The bookshelves look pretty. The TBR cart worked out. Everything fit on it, but we just got to start taking those off. There is another creator here on YouTube that does something called Clear the Cart Challenge, and I'm thinking about trying and doing that, and getting that TBR taken care of, because I've bought a lot of books in the last couple months and I got more on the way. I know. So we got to get through these. Got to get these off of the cart and let it breathe a little bit. It's literally about to fall. I'm looking at it, is why I keep looking that way, because it's going to fall if I don't get some of these books off of there. So with that being said, I hope you guys all have a great evening. Don't forget to tell someone you love them. Peace out, Girl Scout.